Hi there, I'm here with another Mama in a Minivan share, which is where I take all the hours I spent every week Uber momming, actually the waiting part in the car, waiting for my daughter at her activities, and I share ideas and support around brain-body biome health because that's my passion. And today I want to share about being present. Easier said than done. I know I struggle with this myself. I know clients struggle with this. And so I have some support tools that I'd love to offer up around this whole idea of being in the present moment, which helps us to be grounded and centered. So one of my favorite tools to stay present is to start with pace. Pace is a brain gym tool. It's a readiness tool, a movement sequence that helps us to be positive, active, clear, and energized. And it's super easy to do. I have many videos on my YouTube channel around that. You can also get it signing up for my Inner Resources free gift. It's delivered in the email sequence that you get in your inbox. And pace is very easy to do. You can do it anywhere. You can do it seated. I actually demonstrated that last week in the mini meditation, the energy boosting meditation that I did in the car last week. And the other tool that I love to use is moving through the pause reflex, the asymmetrical tonic neck reflex. Just think of it as bow and arrow. That's how I describe it to people, or the pause reflex. And it's a very simple movement with a head turned straight arm. You can't see it here in the car, but I have videos about that on YouTube, as I mentioned. And it's a tool that really brings you to the present moment. I use it myself very often when I'm transitioning from practitioner role to Uber mom role, because then I start to get into this racing mode and, oh my gosh, what do I have to do? Thinking so far ahead that I'm not in the present moment. So I'll take a few seconds and do that, as well as pace before I leave work and go to pick up my daughter. I really want to be present when I pick her up from school. This is our time in the car to listen and hear what's on her heart and how I can support her. So I don't want to be thinking about all those other things that we have to do. I want to be with her in that moment. So it always feels different when I do those techniques before getting in the car with her. And then I also will share the pace and ATNR with the clients that I serve. I mean, most everybody coming in starts with pace so that they're in their moment. And actually, that's the reason I started studying the brain body techniques like brain gym and reflex integration, because people were no longer in their body around 2004, 2005. Here I had the opportunity to have 1 hour with people, unlike the other style of rehab I worked at before I opened my clinic. I had an hour with everyone. I was grateful for that, but we took 20 minutes to get people back into their body because they were so distracted and not present. So most people start with pace, and then I share the pause reflex, one of the many variations that I've come up with in my work. I'll take one of the variations for the mat work or that I use on the reformer and the trap table, and I'll share those variations with clients so they can be truly in their body and get everything out of that session that they've come for. And then of course I'm sharing the pace as home play, but of course the pause reflex is home play as well. I have this one client and she's so amazing. She loves pace. She told me that she does it when her dogs are eating breakfast in the morning, because they're eating, she's waiting for them to finish, she probably has to get them outside and so forth, so she stands there and does pace, and it's a great way to start her day. And I love how she implemented it so easily into something she's already doing, so it's not as if she has to add another bit of time to her day. And it is very quick to do this reflex movement. And I was recently talking with another client who is being pulled in many directions, caring for an aging parent and having other family members she's involved in caring with, and a career. And so for her, getting to that present moment was a challenge. And I reminded her very gently of doing the pause reflex because she'd gotten away from it. And she said, yes, oh yes, I want to go back to that. I remember how great I felt. So it's always good to have those reminders. And then definitely encouraging you to do the pause reflex anytime you need energy, because it's a great way to bring clear energy and to boost your energy. So you don't want to do the pause reflex right before bed, because it can actually energize you. So that's the time to do your hookup and walk the midline. Walking the midline is also in that Inner Resources free gift at my website, inspiredwell.com. Now, the other tool that I love to use when I feel like I need to be present and truly in the moment is mindfulness-based stress reduction, which I've had some training in, and there are various ways you can use it. And it can be as simple as being here in my car right now, waiting for my daughter. It's a cool, damp, actually it's cold, it's beyond cool. It's a damp fall day here in Michigan, and I've got the bun warmers on. I love those bun warmers, thank goodness. And I'm just gonna notice the warmth on my legs, on my seat, up my back, and just noticing the warmth. So noticing temperature, noticing texture. I also do this when I'm washing dishes by hand. And lately our dishwasher's been broken and we're waiting for one to come off one of those ships that they're stuck on somewhere. So we're waiting for a new dishwasher. So I've been washing more by hand, and I take that moment to feel the sensation of the dish soap. What does it feel like? It's slippery, it's soft. And to notice the smell, notice that lavender smell, because I use really great dish soap with some lavender essential oil in it. And to notice my feet on the ground. What is the texture of the ground in the kitchen? Or am I standing on that cushy pad? And look out the window and notice the trees. So I take that as an opportunity, as an exercise, because I don't love doing dishes. I don't know who does, but I take it as an opportunity to become present, notice my surroundings, and really take in and notice where I'm at in that moment. It brings me back to the present moment. So this is what we're talking about, being in the present moment. And to summarize some things you can do in times of transition, doing the PACE sequence. There's 4 simple exercises. It could take 30 seconds or a minute. It's very, very brief. And then doing the pause reflex, the ATNR reflex, or as I tell people, the bow and arrow reflex. Standing, lying down, various ways to do that. And then being present can be using mindfulness-based stress reduction in the way of noticing our environment and even describing that environment to ourselves, so it brings us into the details of that current moment. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd love to know how it unfolds for you if you try some of these techniques in your day. And remember, never ever underestimate a mama in a minivan.